Think for a moment about what your life would be like if you never had to go to work again. How would you feel? For most people, the thought of making this dream come true brings joy and relief. I'm here to tell you that this state can be reached by almost anyone in less time than you might think. In fact, I think most people can become financially free in 10 years or less, even if they start with no money. Many of my friends have gotten ahead of me financially because they love what they do. Those who see their jobs as a chore, on the other hand, never seem to get their finances in order. Because of this, my definition of financial freedom is different than most people's. I think of financial freedom as being able to make enough money to cover your living expenses by doing work you would do for free. You might be thinking, but I don't want to work at all. Think back to when you were a kid and had the whole summer off from school. At first, you were happy to be away from the strict schedule, but after a week or two, you probably started to miss it. The first step, and probably the hardest, is to find a way to make money that you will not only tolerate but love. If this was easy, you'd probably already be doing it, so you're going to have to take some time to think about what work you would enjoy doing and what you could see yourself doing for a long time. For me, the best way to answer this question was to think about the things I do that I don't get paid for. For example, I've never been paid to share what I know about personal finance. I've also never been paid to put pen to paper or fingers to keyboard. This is something I do every day at 4 a.m. because I love it and don't see myself stopping anytime soon. Your expenses are half of the equation for financial freedom, so you need to know them well. Since your expenses probably change from month to month, I suggest adding up your expenses for the last 6 months and figuring out the average. Then, multiply this number by 12 to get a good idea of how much money you spend in a year. This will also help you become more financially aware. This exercise is important because it sets the stage for the next topic, which is about your income. As we've already talked about, the goal here is to switch from work you don't like to work you love. To do this, you need to start making steps toward replacing your 9-to-5 income. To do this, we'll use what I like to call the 10-step march. The 10-step march is a way to leave your job for good by taking one step a year for the next 10 years. To do this, you must make sure that every year your new stream of income can cover 10% of your current salary. For example, if you make $50,000 a year, you would aim to earn $5,000 in income in the first year, $10,000 in the second, and so on. In a minute, I'll give you an example of how to do this. The first and probably easiest way to get to financial freedom faster is to simply live on less. When you live on less, you need less money to support yourself, which can have a big impact on how long it takes you to get there. If you want to start saving more money, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. I'll be sharing some of my best money saving tips in upcoming videos. For example, my business made $5,000 the first year and over $80,000 the second year. This is a bit of an outlier, but it happens more often than you might think. In fact, I believe that if you set your income goals a bit higher, you will naturally align your day-to-day activities to meet these goals, which will lead to you handing in your 2-week notice on your boss's death sooner than you think. You can have a plan for times when your income is lower than usual, like when business is slow or when you want to take a long vacation. Remember that it's not just about becoming financially free, it's also about staying financially free. When you combine a low-cost lifestyle with assets and work you love, you'll never have to work again. Speaking of thriving on a low cost of living, if you're still having trouble saving enough money to become financially free quickly, you'll want to subscribe and watch some of my videos.